Hello and welcome back. It's FractalMindMike here again, and we are back with some more Infinifactory. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe and leave a comment. It would be great. I'd also like to see you over on my twitch.tv/FractalMindMike channel as well. Anyway, this freaking... oh my gosh. It's so crazy. We had a bit of a problem, didn't we? We needed to get rid of this before the next pieces would fall down, but they were falling down so quickly. Now we can add delays like this, but that can only do so much before we run into the same problem. So it might actually be the case that we want to bead these into a similar staging scenario like this, and only push them once they're ready to go, and then only release those once that have been pushed. So we could put a blocker in place, like, say, to stop these things from being pushed across by that, until something is in the right place down here, and then we allow it to go. We kind of want it to be quick as well. This is another sort of thing I was thinking about. Like, every time we add delays, it's a problem that needs to be solved. So if we could have no delays, that would be great. Another thought that I had, and this is like only really just occurring to me right now, actually, is if we just had a couple of welders that were just like, let's see, let me just think about this, because this idea is literally just occurring to me. If I had something like that, and I got rid of all of this, I think I'm committing. I don't know why I'm committing to this. This is just an idea I've hardly thought about. But this is a, let's say, that's out. And we had a... how would we do this? I'm trying... okay, hang on a second. This idea, it might work, but I have to think it through. Basically what I'm thinking is, we want to block stuff from falling down gradually. Because we basically need to build this 3-high stack. I just had another thought. Okay, I got too many thoughts. Apparently I just need to explore some ideas and concepts. I guess that's what I need to do. Let's say we had this here. Let's say we had, actually we got that type of welder here. That's our TV sorted. We turn this into a pusher. I keep calling them TVs. I don't know why. Let's grab another one of these guys and hook that up to that. So we want to just, you know, do a little bit of... that's going to be an annoying problem, innit? Well, solvable. Purely solvable with this. There we go. And there we go. Okay. I have a theory that this will actually construct a TV in the right manner. Perhaps. Let's find out. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming, actually. We kind of want to swap the sides of these two bits, which might be impossible, but it might not be impossible. Let's try it. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Actually, I don't know why I deleted that square. Let's see now. Pusher goes here. Get rid of that. Conduit goes underneath it to here. And then side sensor, lateral sensor goes there. Oops, wrong button. And I don't know. Let's just try that. Oh wait, we don't have welders yet. We need our 2 welders. Let's just try that. Oh, of course. How silly of me. We need to get rid of that. You know what? An idea. Another lateral sensor right there. A little bit more conduit right there. Let's see. What is happening? It's going nuts with that. Why is that going nuts backwards and forwards? Hang on a second. I was watching the TV section. Oh, we're retracting because there's a sensor there. We can't have that. We can't have that. Blocker. Alright, there we go. Okay. So. Maybe this will work. I don't know. This every time I do anything in this game, I'm like, yeah, this is the convoluted, silly solution. And then I'm like, I guess it works. I'll leave it. It's fine. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. It feels a little bit dirty. But, hey, you know, it's not necessarily completely wrong, right? How is this? Hang on a second. I'm gonna need that conduit to, like, loop all over the place. But I honestly, at this point, don't care. We're gonna have it go over here. We're gonna have it go over here. Just, like, right out of the way. Can we connect these two yet? No, we need one more there. Okay. I don't think this is a good idea, but I'm gonna try it. Those two are welded. Then that's welded to that. And then, what? Wait, what just happened? What just happened? These are not getting welded together? Oops. I meant middle click. How about now? Yeah, they're welded. Okay, that's a unit. Why is that not enough? Maybe I also need a pusher? I feel like I'm just gonna keep bodging things on top of this until it does something that I want. No, because that will allow it to come out whilst that blocks it from coming out. So you need a sensor on top of you. Ah, you're also floating now. Okay, that should do it. This is such a bodge. The entire thing. How come that's not triggering? Let me just experimentally do this, because I feel like it should light up. I mean, it's lighting up, but it's not pushing for some reason. Okay, now we're just, yeah, this is a complete mess. What a nightmare. A nightmare in blocks. What have I done? This blocker idea is not working out for me. I wonder if it could work out. What is the idea here? The idea here is, oh, we've stacked enough of these guys up that we can deliver our mechanical, like, retrieval by pushing. Okay. At which time, you know, it gets delivered. Okay. And what are you doing? You're sensing that the TV has fallen down. And you're saying to retract this guy. Well, we can simplify this a hell of a lot by Deleting that. And, honestly, we don't even need that one. We just need this one, because that will bloop, bloop, bloop together. And then I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. I can get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of that. Man, this feels good. Okay, and then I just need another pusher. And I was going to put it right there. You don't even matter anymore. You're nothing. Oh. I guess that didn't weld. I mean, technically this is fine. Ah, no! What happened? What happened? Alright, hang on. I got a little confused by that. We had a first unit coming out. Well, we just need to put those bits on once we've dealt with this. What just happened there? Okay. Welded, pushed. Welded, pushed. Oh, I see what happened. We got too many blocks coming in. It does sort of signal to me that we need to come up with a better strategy. Of gating these. They just come out so fast. We need to dispose of the ones that we're not using. I think that'll work. We have nearly correct units. Why did that change so much? Oh, because it's taking too long? What just happened there? That was very strange. So, those should wait, but they're getting pushed off because we're waiting too long for this stuff now. Okay. Let's get rid of all that. Is this enough time to work with? No. No, it's not. We kind of want to prevent this from being able to do its thing. Can we turn this into a blocker? Because if it retracts and drops, we then just have to... I think maybe this can be salvaged. Something a little bit like this. Maybe. mean, this could be a problem, so let's, block that too. Now, if this were a blocker, we could retract it at the appropriate time. So let's try it. I feel like I'm actually running into, like, I'm just logicking myself incorrectly, and this is still not going to work. But I need to see it for my own eyes. So that's ready, and it will push it. Oh. Oh, man. So close. How did we get a single monitor out of the system? How did that happen? How is that single monitor thing happening? 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh. It's getting triggered by this because this is letting it go all too soon. Let's just watch this sensor then. That's the thing that's causing the problem, I think. Because we're expecting a full unit to drop, but we get this single unit to drop. So we really need to stop that single unit drop. I don't know how to deal with it. I feel like I've made the worst machine possible for this solution. Maybe I need to start again. I'm going to start again by going back to our cell and selecting a new solution rather than deleting everything. Because I don't know. I'm not ready to commit to a full deletion of that because, like, maybe there's some good ideas left in it. But, like, let's just try the simple idea of, like, let's just simply build, like, we don't care about optimizing at all. We just want to build the thing. So we're just going to turn that into a conveyor. And we're just going to push it this way. We're going to get 3 things. And then a button on it. Like that. And we're going to have that connected up directly to a pusher. Like that. And then we just want some welders next to it. So, like, we know this is just going to build us a nice thing. Then we can just, like, grab some of them. I don't know. We only really need one of them buffered at any given time. So what if we say we'll only accept this once we've got all the other parts that we need? So we're just going to put a blocker in place and say we only want to accept it. Actually, we can't have it there. The blocker, I guess, has to be on this end. We'll say we only want to accept this if everything else is staged. So now we just need to get these parts out. So we're essentially just saying, like, give us all the stuff that we need here. You know what? This did not need to be those. This could be easily conveyor belts as well. Whoops. Got to get it at the right spot, though. Okay. So we've built the thing we need. Yay us. That's ready to push, but that's not ready to retract. So that will eventually just clog, and it's fine. It's fine if we clog that. Like, now it's clogged, no big deal. This is also clogged. This is not yet clogged. It would take a long time to clog that, I think. But, okay, so... yeah. Like, I don't know. I've said it before. The simplest thing first is probably the right strategy in this case. So we're going to run into this block, and it's going to be a problem. So we're going to have to do this. And then I guess we can do the same thing, right? Except we need this to build 2 TVs. 2 TV rows. I'm going to copy this exact thing, I guess. Oops. And for this one, we're going to do some thing where we go around the corner a little bit. In fact, we don't need to. We can build it right here. Bloop, bloop, and... Oh, we need a top-down welder, I guess. Then we don't have a sensor, though. We don't really need one. We just do this. So that's going to be ready. That's going to drop somewhere. Oh, we didn't have welders for these yet, so that's fine. We're just going to put those in. Kind of forgot when I said I would just copy exactly that. So that's going to fall into place. Let's go ahead and... We're going to want that thing to let us make a stack. So it's just going to... fall to here. We want welders. Like that. I think now is the time to see if we can get a sensor attached to a pusher or something like that. Or a conveyor attached to one. So I think what we would have is like a blocker on one side and a pusher on the other, and we trigger them both at the same time. And that would let us move the conveyor back and forward. Likewise, we could do that with a sensor. And I think if the sensor's touching the pusher, it'll be fine. So... I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like, I really feel like I'm doing something wrong again. It didn't take long. It didn't take long for me to start feeling that way. But... anyway... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the wrong thing. So... this sensor is allowed. It needs to be backed by one, though. But the sensor we want to put here is not allowed. Annoyingly, we've got this thing in the way of the idea that I had, so maybe I can't do it. Oh, hold on a second. Will this conduit be attached to the sensor? Wait. Why am I putting a sensor there? I give up on this idea. It's a little bit too convoluted, and it does feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. So I'm going to stop doing the wrong thing for a minute. I'm just going to think about what we've got here. We are producing a stack of TVs. So we're producing a stack of TVs. And we're going to have a sensor here. That will just instantly trigger. So we're going to turn this into a sensor. And we're going to put a blocker, I think. Here. Oh wait, that sensor's in the wrong spot. What just happened? Hang on a second, I'm confused. Yeah, that cannot be there, can it? And that cannot be there. I think this will work. So we're saying, no, you can't push right now. Oh, that shouldn't be there. We still need a block of some description. Why'd that fall? How about now? Nope. Okay, yeah. Whoops, wrong button again. I keep pressing the wrong buttons in this game. We effectively have something like an AND gate that will only let us construct these TVs now. So we're only going to retract that once the TV is ready and once this is ready. Which, I mean, this is instantly ready, so... we could just have these stock up and be ready to, like, be welded onto the thing, I guess. So let's just worry about this as the release mechanism. So where do we end up, by the way? I gotta see that, too, so I can start building the next stage. Okay, so we end up, like, right there. And we need that to land on top of this unit, which is going to be this unit. So we need to give ourselves some room to work with. It's probably enough room. You need to fall into place once we have something sensed here. So we're going to put a sensor... well, it's 3 wide, so... put a sensor right there. Hang on a second. Right there. I keep thinking, yeah, I'm going to knock out an episode real quick and I'll be able to have like 2 or 3 puzzles solved within each one. That is not the case so far. It is getting more complicated. Hopefully we don't get to the point where it's like an episode cannot be at least 1 puzzle solved, but we'll see. Maybe we're already in that situation. Alright, let's see what happens. TV's ready. Alright, that's fallen in the right spot. And as soon as it does, we're going to have this here, I think. Because we're going to need to convey it, so we don't want it to be any lower than that. We have no way to raise items up, I also now realize. I mean, I think I already knew that intuitively, but I don't know if I've articulated that I don't think we have a way to raise items. So we have to be careful about how low we let them fall. Anyway, TV will now detect when that is available. Oh, gosh. Okay, we'll now detect when that's available. So we're going to go around the back here. And push the TV. So we need our pusher. then that will hit... Oh gosh, I don't know. What am I doing? TV ready, that's ready. Okay, we got our stack. Let's pause so I don't get confused. So we got our TV ready. We need a welder in place somewhere. Do I have room for a pusher like that won't get triggered? I guess not. So we might just have to have a blocker, and... yeah. We might just need a blocker right here. So our TV goes in, gets readied. We then just need to put a welder somewhere here. The welder has to be... behind the TVs. It has to go right here. So we've got like this tiny little space where we can fit a welder. Okay. I don't even know how to like get in position so I can place it properly. I guess it's like right there. So those will be welded. We might not even need that. Let's just find out. Gonna dump it over there for now. I just want to see what happens. Do we get good builds or not good builds? That didn't weld because that's not low enough. Dang it. I should have seen that. I was just a little excited. Okay, that's incorrect. We didn't have the TV ready. So we are going to need a blocking mechanism. We could also use a pusher like there, but I just don't know how we get conduit to it without all these sensors tripping it up. So yeah, it's probably blocker is the answer to our question there. Getting conduit to that might be a problem though. Heck, getting the right sensor in place might be a problem. I don't know if we can, the way I've done this. Oh wait, is this the right answer to it? No. It's not. Wait, this gets pushed across, the TV gets pushed across, and they get welded here. So if I put a sensor... Man, this is so silly, but I gotta go with it. I think if we put a sensor there, we should be right to go. I think. Man, this looks so terrible. There's got to be a smart way to do this, and I'm definitely not doing the smart thing. We're getting blocked by that. Somehow. Let me think about why we're getting blocked by that. I just have to watch it closer. You're welded. You fall into place. Oh, we're blocking. We're blocking. Exactly where that sensor needs to be, we're blocking. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, I didn't even realize it. Okay. That's not allowed. Okay. It's fine. No problem. I have a solution to this. Um... 1, 2, 3 high. I really have made this more complicated than it needs to be. 1, 2, 3 high. So that... Let's just think about that. That's blocking. Anything I place in this zone is not allowed, basically. So... how would this work? What we're trying to do is detect when the thing's getting pushed. And then saying, okay, now's a good time to let it go. So can we just take the signal from the thing that's doing the pushing? Is that safe? I don't even know if that works. Pass through. It does not. We need to actually take the conduit. Okay. I think this won't work. Or will it? Yeah, how did that happen? Why is every TV not doing it? Why did only one of those things come through? Why do we only get one error? We've only gotten one error? I have no idea how this is working, to be honest. Like, it boggles the mind that this works. Let me increase the feed rate as well. Okay, it's happening more regularly with higher feed rate. It's happening more regularly with a higher feed rate. I think a solution to this might be... Oh, we still got it. Okay. Okay, we still got that one too. This filter doesn't have to be here. I know this will work. Alright, so that's a way we can filter things out. Whoops. I guess it doesn't really matter where we dump them as long as there's a lot of space. So... Alright, and then we just need to deliver the things with these things attached. So... kind of just want to move this. This is so dumb, but I feel like we're so close here. We want that to be ready. We want that to be ready. We'll just block them there. In fact, we need to use a welder. Okay. I feel like this will be okay. Like that. Let's put a blocker and a sensor there. And a pusher. And sensor. I think this is dumb, but I also think it might work, so we'll see. I mean, that looks like the right type of thing. We're gonna have to do something about this. What's happening there? Oh, hang on a second. What was that? Didn't really see. Oh, it got pushed. Now it's been misaligned and everything's blocked. How did that happen? That's incorrect. I feel like I'm gonna be way behind the curve on this one, because I just am not thinking about it very well. Maybe I'm not utilizing all the tools in my tool belt properly. I just really want to be using the blockers, because I've been complaining about not having blockers for so long. Now that I have them and I'm trying to use them, I'm doing it wrong. We could actually have this system with the blocker higher up here. And then conduit that. And then I guess things will end up like filling up and then falling off here and maybe getting blocked. Although it looks like they've got a bit of space to work with. So maybe it'll be fine for the short term. We only need 10 actual units to be produced. The fact that I am throwing away parts is also bad. Oh. Look where I put the blocker. In the wrong spot. There we go. We still ended up with this? How did this happen? What's how are we doing this? Hang on a second. Very confusing. We let 1 through, we let 2 through, we let 3 through. But this one gets stuck there somehow. That doesn't seem right. I mean, it's obviously not right, but how do I prevent it? I really only wanted to allow one through at a time. How come we're getting so many? Oh, because it's got to wait for the first one to land. Can I do something like super crude here with sensors? Is this viable? So we are making a lot of waste. How did you get there? That seems like it's impossible. Oh. Yeah, because of our waste pile. We need to disperse our waste pile, so it's never going to block up this section then. So let's just, that'll do. Hopefully. Why are we... Oh, we're still getting this block. Oh. Still happening! I mean, the easy answer is just to do that, I guess. This is so dumb. Definitely a stupid solution. Let's move on. That took way longer than I thought it would to solve. I didn't think it looked that complicated at first. We have to look at the next puzzle. We absolutely have to look at the next puzzle. I would love to go back and optimize and clean that up. Now that I have a working solution, I might be able to figure out a smarter way of doing things. We had so many delays and stuff in there that it was just like, yeah, that was a lot of nonsense. All right. You know what? I don't think we saw a body in the last one either. Maybe the maybe there's a bit of a filter action happening where you see less compatriots, less fallen compatriots, the longer you last into the world, because there's just less of them and they tend to not die as easily because they last this long. I don't know. So it looks like we've got to repair this cannon situation. We've got to remove the broken barrel piece and remove the broken whatever that is. And then apply them. I don't know if it needs a complete new barrel. Is this a drill or a cannon? I guess it's a cannon. Looks cannon-like. I don't even remember. I don't think I read the name of this level, actually, come to think of it. I wonder if the whole barrel needs to be replaced or just one piece. I guess the easy answer to that is watching it play out and see how many pieces dispense. If they're equal, they're not equal. So that's 2, that's 3. The barrel is 3 long, so... yeah, that makes sense. So every one of those will get 3 of them. You made and your goal. Hover and enter error to view more information. The wrong kind of... This is the wrong kind of block. I suppose there might be something a little bit more subtle that you would need to hover over, but it's pretty obvious that it's the wrong block because they've made it red. So, I don't know what other kind of information you could get out of it. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, obviously, I think we can solve this. We're going to need to use our rotation, because this is not rotated to the right orientation for that. So I guess we just want to have a bed of 3, and then a rotator, so when it gets pushed onto it, it rotates, and then it hits a conveyor and pushes it out, drops it into place, and these we just want to drop into place. I don't know if the timing is going to be right. We're going to need a blocker to stop these guys from moving through the system, so that we can weld these into place as easily as possible. So this one might actually be a little simpler, but I think it is time for me to remind you to subscribe to this channel, like the video, leave a comment, come check out the Twitch stream if you would like to, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Have a good one.